Bonjour, and then away. Mog and a dog. Welcome to another edition of the Blue Green Ocean Road with your host, David R. Stenberg. Joining him as always, Captain Morgan on the SS Poop Deck.
Hey
How are you?
man.
Well, I just I made this enormous meatloaf the other day. I've been like eating it ever since. I just like fry it up in a skillet, or I put it in the toaster oven. That's like all I've been eating.
Uh,
It's this
Back when I
big
did
old
that,
ornery meatloaf that I made. It's like
I used to just dunk it in mayonnaise.
a mayonnaise.
Yeah, mayonnaise, man. Meatloaf and mayonnaise? Oh shit! Don't do that no more.
No, well, I didn't make any sides for it. I've just been eating the meatloaf. I just
Hey,
like
Mike.
eat up a piece. Like yesterday,
Robots,
thought it
robots,
were eggs.
robots. There, I
What's up,
did it.
Mike?
Robot.
Robot. Mike is not here. We're not
You,
affected by
you
this
got in
sucker.
just under the minute mark. Mention robots just under the minute mark. Good deal.
Just get it out of the way.
Yeah, that's all.
Because, that's going to be all we're thinking about soon.
Speaking of which,
There'll be no escape from the robots, man. Look at Mike. He's doing a disappearing act.
Oh, I was I look a little blurry. I feel a little blurry,
You
but
are blurry. It's
yeah.
not just you.
No, it is just me. You guys are clear.
Yeah, it's just you who's who's blurry, but it's not just you who sees it.
Ah. But it's just me who feels it.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I mean, on my end, that's all right. If it's just you and not me, as long as it ain't affecting me, I'm happy.
So how you boys doing?
Dad,
Okay, we're
about
good.
yourself.
All right. So
Good.
far. It's early yet though.
Just talking about enormous meatloaf I made. Been
Oh,
eating it for the
I
past three
already got a
days.
title. I already got a title.
nice.
Enormous meatloaf. I gotta write
It's
that down
great.
too.
That's all I've been eating. Like
Ah, I love it.
nothing else. Just like cut off pieces of it and I put it in the toaster oven or something.
Nice. Yeah. So what do you put in it?
Well, I
Meat.
mixed 2 pots beef, 1 pot pork.
Mm-hmm.
You know, onion,
Mm.
of course, garlic and pepper. And this time I had a packet of taco seasoning mix, and I just dumped that in.
Oh, yeah.
Breadcrumbs and eggs, and cooked it up, mixed it up. I had a mixing bowl. I have this like a mixer, and it's great. You don't have to mix it by hand; just throw it in there. And I think the more
Oh,
thoroughly you mix it, the better off it comes.
that
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, it just comes out better.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think.
we make it with we'll put in vegetables too. Um, Shredded carrots, spinach, peppers, like that, and oatmeal instead of breadcrumbs. Pretty good.
Yeah, I like what is it, bolognese?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, my wife does that.
that's heartburn for me.
Oh yeah.
Well, you make that. Use those same ingredients and a bolognese sauce. Very nice.
Yeah, you're kind of just saying what's in it.
Yeah,
Carrots and onions and
Yeah, it's the
nothing
gravy.
heartburny. Um,
It's the gravy part that's heartburny.
oh, that's no. Oh, okay, that was different.
Yeah,
it's the sauce. It's the tomatoes, right? It's the
yeah.
acidic value of the tomato.
Hmm.
Even if you add a little sugar to it, it's
And the
not.
olive oil.
Yeah, tomatoes, man. I got this. well, I guess it's a stainless steel, supposedly stainless steel, but it's always stained, right, on the inside, right? And then I did like I made tomato soup one night, just tried it, you know. Fucking thing was shiny the next day. I come out and said, "Oh, it took care of all the whatever,
Oh.
yeah, tomato."
Oh,
And my wife goes, "Yeah." She's like, "That, yeah, you do that. You just throw tomato on something, and it'll fix it up. That'll melt it.
You're supposed
That'll
to
get it, you know."
just you're supposed to keep it away from your cast iron skillet too, because it'll eat away at the nice carbon finish you've been carefully
Right.
trying to build up on it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Uh,
What's that? There's a metal they put in water heaters that take on that actually attract all the shit that corrodes everything. It's
whoa.
what's that metal? I forgot the metal, but it's a sacrificial metal. They put it on outboards too.
Really?
Yeah, it's a certain type. Matter of fact, when it goes, it'll start eating your water heater next. So it's actually a rod. They just put it in there. It's sort of like a U joint, and you check
Zinc.
it periodically.
Zinc?
I think so.
Yeah, zinc is coming to
A
mind. but
zinc
I'm not
rod,
sure.
I think I heard. I don't know.
I do-
Ask a robot.
Ask,
Ask
well,
our
Ask
yeah,
the
friendly
robot.
It'll say copper or fucking silver or gold or Trump coin. Fucking won't.
You know,
manganese.
speaking of that,
yeah.
you know,
Most people don't even know what that is.
me and Sequoia were talking about that. You know, it's like, you know, people are using the robots for a search engine. He's like, we already have search engines. You're not supposed to use the robot as a search engine. We already have search engines. Like they're all pretty good too. You know,
Well, they do. They take the information from the site and bring it to you, which makes you not click onto the site, which is where they get the money. Look, I wrote an article, write a couple of some ad revenue maybe if you come to my site, but if you get the information that way, the guy who wrote it doesn't get shit, and then he gets disgruntled and he starts having AI write it, and then it's AI writing AI shit. So it's no good. It's good for
well, just like a high school paper, there needs to be sources quoted. You know,
right. It's like a high school.
otherwise
that
it's
did it.
just bullshit. If there's no sources, it's bullshit. Just like in high school.
Right, and it's padded with a bunch of horse shit sentences, you know? Like, yes, the Spanish Revolution was a very important time in history, you know, just all this padding and shit, right? It's a very interesting time for the Spanish, you know? What the fuck,
Yes.
you know?
And it should be said now that the Spanish were involved in
Yes,
this.
yeah.
How many more? I need 300 words. How many is that?
Yeah, not enough. Keep going. I'll just pull some horse shit out of the internet, throw that in there.
We used to get it from the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Same thing.
That's where paella came from. They used to shoot paella out of their cannons.
Yeah.
Made
We went to Los Andes on Chalkstone Avenue. That restaurant's it's an Andean restaurant. It serves like food from South America. And I had a seafood paella. Wow, my God, it was so good. It was good enough that I still remember it, like my mouth with water thinking about it.
Yeah.
Wishing I was eating it now.
Wishing I was eating it right now.
I'll go there. I want to go back in time and eat it again.
That's the great thing about something like that, as opposed to a good movie. Like I could go back and eat another meal like that and still have all those sensations. You know, there are movies I wish I could watch for the first time. Like they were great movies, but you already know how it works, so you want that surprise again. You know.
Sometimes I'll go back, and it's been so long, I forgot things, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Ooh, I can watch this again because I forgot all this twist and shit. Well, not everything, but I forgot about this part. Hey, you ever watch Black Coat's Daughter? I'm just talking.
No,
about,
is it
this
good?
The hard drive shit. This is stuff you have, but you never got to watch. It's good. It's an A24 studio. It's good.
Yeah, I think I started.
Black Coat's what?
Daughter.
Black
Coat's
Coat's
daughter.
daughter or Black Coat?
Black Coat's Daughter.
Black Coat Possessive S.
It's a Catholic school up in North Country. It's a winter break. and then you recognize a lot of shit, Mike, in there. It's good. It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's
Does it
got a
have penguin?
commentary track too, if you're interested in that shit. I don't know if you guys do that. That one has one. That file.
Yeah.
And the A24s are really good. That's a fucking great studio.
What's it about?
Possession. Girl.
Sounds familiar. I might have seen it. I can't remember.
Did you ever see? You watched Mad Men, right?
No.
I've seen it. I've seen some episodes. Laura watched it. She was into it.
I watched that too. It was good. It's fucking really good. So there's the girl who plays the daughter of the main character. She's a kid there, but she's now she's like an adult, and she's in this one. She's in a lot of good shit.
Yeah.
This is her time out. There's one part she does a recital, and in the commentary track they go, well, it says we needed to do a recital. He says, well, I play piano. She goes, okay. So she went there, and so there's a take. She says, we did this in one take. So I thought this was going to take all fucking day, and we're going to have to pretend she plays the piano and get somebody else to play the piano. He had this all set up. He didn't think. But then she does it. Spam. I gave it the spam move.
Spam.
He gave Spam the bum rush.
Yeah. Moves.
Ooh, sometimes spam gives you the bum rush.
Yeah. Do not disturb. Okay, goodbye.
That's right. It's like when you go to call block a number. It says, the spam machine says, oh, fuck you. I've got 1 million numbers I can use
Fuck you. You just
keep calling.
You just identified yourself as somebody alive whose ability to push buttons.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll actually push a button on the other end.
You've given them information. I like that. Say unsubscribe. Oh yeah, do that. Yeah. Definitely do that. Go ahead and hit. Yes. Hit that. There's something you might not know. I just happen to know it because I'm a geek. There's this system called MailChimp, and every time you subscribe to a site you like or a band you like or somebody you like, they have MailChimp, and they handle the mass emails out. Hey, we're playing that, in Providence, next stuff like that. Anyway, if you unsubscribe, MailChimp goes, okay, you're off, and there's other stuff. So recently they got hacked, and everybody who's unsubscribed to anything ever got subscribed again, right? So if you're seeing shit you clearly remember unsubscribing to, or that's what's going on. I've been getting because I've subscribed to a bunch of shit.
So stuff like YouTube and Facebook that you've unsubscribed to. Yeah, I've seen that. I thought they were just rehashing it and just redistributing it under a slightly different name or whatnot.
No, MailChimp, and
I haven't got caught by that one yet.
Well, you might notice something like just an email from a band. Go, oh, you might have forgotten or whatever. If you weren't really running around subscribing to a bunch of newsletters in the first place, this ain't gonna pop up as a problem for you. It's not a problem for me. It's just like I saw it happening. I said, oh, there's, and it's actually kind of cool. It says, oh, I forgot about that band. So maybe I will look to see what they're doing right now. I think what was one that was Antsy Pants. Antsy Pants. It was this fucking band I followed. Antsy Pants. They fucking they were Juno. You ever see Juno?
Yeah.
The music. That was the I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire. Yeah. Shit like that. That fucking
like Nick Cage in Kiss of the Vampire.
Oh, I love that movie. I fucking love. He hams it up so fucking much. He's possessed.
Oh, it's perfect.
Just like
one of my favorites.
It's like you can tell, like the filmmaker, what a joy to work with him, right? He says, "Now do this," and he just does it, right? He says, "Act fucking crazy, go down the street in front of people." Oh my god.
Oh.
I haven't thought of that movie in a
classic.
Long time. You're not even.
Have you ever seen Bad Trip?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Bad
Maybe
Trip.
That sounds like something I would watch if I come across.
I think you would like to watch that one. It's these guys. They play pranks on people. I forget what they're famous for. They already have like a YouTube channel or something. And every scene in the movie, like all the people around are real people. They're not extras, and they don't know it's a movie. And so the scene's playing out, and people are like freaking out because they're watching something ridiculous happen.
I think I saw that. Does it start off with somebody's nutsack?
No, it starts off with the guy is he's vacuuming out his car at a car wash.
Yeah, and his pants. You can see his ass.
And the thing sucks his whole. He has a jumpsuit on. It sucks the whole jumpsuit into the vacuum.
Yes, that's what I meant. I guess you didn't. You blanked out the nutsack.
I guess so.
You didn't see that, even though it was clearly there.
Well, I guess it was maybe, but I wasn't looking that close.
Oh, I wasn't expecting it.
All right, so do you remember the zoo scene?
That was the first one. There was a zoo scene too, right? The one in the zoo and some kind of gorilla and a baby or some shit like that, right?
Well, there's a gorilla, so don't say anything else because George may see it, and it's funny as hell because the people around him don't know it's a movie.
Yeah. It's like a black neighborhood, so they're extra cool when it comes to like emergencies and what the fuck is going on, the way they behave, you know. And they're not intimidated. Like the thing is, like white people, some of them will be like quiet or in the corner or slowly walking away, right? For black people, they just start fucking. They'll attack the scene, you know, like what the fuck's going on here and shit.
Yeah, well, you can find that scene on YouTube, I think, or somewhere, but it's really funny. Yeah. It's really, really funny.
It's good when they tell them. Yeah. I think you recommended that. I think that was you.
I probably have. I probably recommended it way too many times.
It might have been a year and a half ago or something like that. I remember this. We probably have a podcast on it.
Well, watch it, goddammit.
Watch it again. Watch it many times. Yeah, it's the old shit, like Candid Camera. Remember that? That's how it started. Now it's like everybody's a candid. Some of them, I like the fails, like when people really doesn't know how to do it, right? And then they do the wrong people, and then they get chased or beat up.
Yeah. There's a show in Canada called Just for Laughs. It's Candid Camera, but they get away with a lot of shit you couldn't do in America because we're too hung up, you know. But their show is really funny, and you can find them all over YouTube. Just for Laughs.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
There's usually no words, but they just do this funny shit, play pranks on people.
Yeah, then you can play that anywhere. I used to see Benny Hill in everywhere. I saw Benny Hill in fucking Italy. Of course you can, because there's no English. There's no translation.
Right.
It was just that guy was great. Those fucking.
Yeah, Amazon Prime has like these like hour-long Benny Hill like cuts.
Oh yeah.
And none of the good ones that I remembered. All this like real bland shit that probably makes it past the censors and stuff. It was like all the good fun stuff is just edited out. So it made this like really bland like Lawrence Welk show. It's like really almost unwatchable. This is not the Benny Hill I remember.
You ever see the one where Benny gets married to that girl? They show him dating, right? And every time they go to a restaurant, she just goes there. She just has like some carrot sticks or some shit, right? So there's this little bit, right? So they're at the wedding, right? There's the cake and shit, and so he's like offering her like a little slice of cake, and Betty's going, nah, but she doesn't eat cake. She picks up the whole fucking cake and starts fucking eating it, right? And Betty just turns to the camera with that look, right? And now he's running away. He's running away from his wedding, and everybody's chasing him because he can't run away now. There'll be no running away, and that's the end of the show. Oh, I love that one. I fucking love that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Fucking A. She picks up the whole cake. She just starts shoving it in her face.
There's one where he's trying to get in shape or whatever. He's running, and he starts to get tired, right? And he's not gonna. And then a girl jumps out of the bushes and flashes him, and then he starts running towards her, and pretty soon he's got like, a bunch of girls in front of him flashing him every time he gets tired, but it's not working anymore. And then from behind him, these gay guys jump out of the bush, and he's like, "Ah!" And he's like, "Ah!" He's running again.
Dude.
He's classic.
Did you see the one where they have like raincoats? Him and those two old guys, right? One's that short one, the other one. What? Anyway, they're walking
That
towards the
short one
camera
was his
with
father,
raincoats.
actually.
They're doing this, and then they're doing this, because like sort of like they're naked, And then they open it up, and they have leaves over their stuff, like big leaves, right? And then Benny's falls off, and there's a little leaf under it, right? And that's the joke. It's fucking good. He was all proud of his big.
Well,
leaf.
that little short guy,
Yeah, the little
that
short
little
guy. Yeah,
short
big leaf.
old guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was his father.
that was
Wow.
awesome.
That was Benny Hill's father. He was an old vaudeville actor.
Remember, I have a neighbor who looks just like Benny Hill, or looked just like Benny Hill back in the day. And he used to run around. He's
Zeppo.
from Finland. And he used to run around like acting like Benny Hill at the bar,
Ooh, get a free drink.
Really funny. He was a motorcycle racer, and he used to go around the world in these races, and people would buy him dinner and stuff because they thought he was Benny Hill.
Not the famous racer.
No. And he'd go for it because why wouldn't you?
Why not? Well, I don't know. It could go south if you get busted, here you are eating. It depends on how much shit you take from them before they realize who you really are. Free car.
I don't think he was afraid of that. This is a guy who rode a motorcycle around streets at 180 miles an hour. Like, he wasn't afraid of that.
Yeah, he used to race Daytona, the old vintage class. He'd have a Norton motorcycle that he would rebuild the motor every year just to go bring it down there to race.
Yeah.
And you go into his garage, and like one bay is completely full of empty liquor bottles. I mean, the whole bay is like all lined up on the floor. Like, I don't know what he was saving them all for, but
Oh, he just wasn't dealing with them.
Wasn't trash day yet.
No. There's still room for more.
Recycle day comes around once every 2 weeks.
It's a statement. It's a lifestyle.
It was great. Remember we went skiing with him. These guys, like, he was on the 1960s Olympic ski jumping team from Finland. Guy's like wicked, really good skier.
Yeah.
We had a blast. Come on. Quiet.
Space tea. And now it's space tea.
Space tea.
it's great. The teapot whistles in space. Who hears it?
In space, no one can hear your teapot.
They need a whole space station
I have
to make the noise.
My spaceship doesn't have a replicator.
Oh no, it's broken. No robot. Does he have a robot that make you tea?
I need robot tea.
Tea robot. A robot maid. You know they're coming.
Oh, yeah. There's I just saw some advertisements for robot companion, AI companion, and you can pick your. There's 3 different models you can pick from.
Yeah.
Always there for you. Will always listen to you.
Yeah.
Like, now incels will never get laid.
They get hacked.
They'll just be fucking the robots.
Robot
Hey, it's cheaper, you know?
Yeah, they make some pretty clever household robots now that can fold laundry and cook food and clean the house.
I saw one I'd buy in a minute.
Yep.
It was for a pool. It just crawled around the pool and dealt with the leaves and the rocks and all the shit, right?
Oh yeah.
And it scrubbed the side. Like a Roomba, only for a pool.
Yeah.
I'd have fucking bought that in a minute. I'd have tossed a dozen of them in there. Fuck yeah, man. I thought of that. I tried making some things like it. Not automatic, but I tried other methods to clean the pool. Because the classic way is a pain in the fucking ass, you know.
Oh, that reminds me of a science fiction story I read. And it's this robot. He's a robot, but he's an artist, right? And he's famous, far future. And he's super intelligent. He's famous, and he's going to do his last exhibition, and he's called it Aztec Blue or something. And basically, he started off as one of those pool cleaning robots, but somebody fucked with him and made him intelligent. And then he just made himself more and more intelligent. And over the 200 years, he became this super intelligent being and vastly wealthy and all this. But then he realized he wanted to go back and be a pool robot because that was true enlightenment. He didn't have to think anymore of anything. He just had that blue. The Aztec blue was the color of his first pool that he was in as a robot. And so he turned off his super intelligence and just became a pool cleaning robot again for eternity.
That sounds familiar.
It was better as a story.
Journey.
It was.
That's the journey from
I remember
the Garden of Eden.
Yes, he went back to Eden. Exactly.
So,
but again, it was the story worded it way more interesting than I did.
It rings. I know this story. I just don't remember where I've seen it. That one particularly about a pool cleaning robot. I don't remember where it was from. Where was that from? Like,
I read it from a collection of short stories.
It must have been it, because I too have read collections of short stories. That sounds familiar as hell. Yeah, there used to be this. Until the editor died, there used to be this every year, the year's best science fiction. Big fat. Oh yeah, I read a couple of. All right, just you gave it to me, I gave it to you. That happened.
Yep. Yeah, those were really good. I used to get one for Christmas every year. Those were really good. That was a guaranteed. Oh, Mike's going to like this. Happy Christmas.
Yeah, so I'm on my third Emily Mandel book.
Who's Emily Mandel?
That's the one that did this. I told you the time travel book. The one I just read. And then she had that one, National Book Award. The moon bases and shit. It's weird because it's like science fiction, but it sneaks up on you, right? Because she's not. It's not even the genre. They don't even know where to put her.
Nice.
Yeah, and on the time travel one, it says like time travel's pretty sloppy, you know. But then she puts an alternate universe, and you go, oh, okay. You make an alternate universe every time you do. So okay. I don't know. Somehow she just gets it to where you never go, oh, that could never. You know what I mean? Where you start really just planting yourself back in reality.
Multiple universes.
Yeah.
I read an article this week. A physicist has this idea now that there's a number of people who are having this idea that the Big Bang is actually inside of a black hole.
I saw that.
And that our visible universe is inside of a black hole. And so there are many, many universes out there inside of black holes.
Okay, why
We
not?
have black holes. And it says it clears up a lot of the problems, like dark energy and dark matter and all that stuff.
Yeah, where does it all go? It shoots out the end of the white hole, right?
Yeah, that's the Big Bang. Is the white hole.
The white hole, the black hole. There's all these holes. It's not
a hole.
Yeah, that's your answer to everything. Oh. It's like a long time ago. What was it? It was land bridge.
What is that?
What is that?
I can't.
We're on Italian speakers.
Oh.
What does that say?
Catzy?
It's a little blurry. Fate e Catzy? Fuck.
Tuoi.
Fate Catzy Tui Tuoi.
I don't know if that's Italian. There might be dialect, somebody's dialect.
It is. It's from the Imperial Knife Company, Providence, Rhode Island.
No kidding.
Oh, well, then it's then they're speaking Eagle Park over there.
Over there.
It means I looked it up. It means mind your own fucking business.
Oh, fati toy. Oh, okay.
What? How'd you say it, Dave?
Fati toy. Fati toy. Mind your own.
Well, that's very different from what's written on that knife.
I know. That's Italian. Depends on what street corner you're on.
Oh, from some Providence street
I just
corner.
thought they say it in Naples because they say it all the time. Okay, that's one of those things that you hear. You know, like what are you doing? You know what you're doing is K-Fa. It took me a while, but they always go K-Fa,
What?
K-Fa, like this. And then it says, what do? I go, oh, what are you doing? Oh, okay. That's what that means. I remember that day. That's what happens with language. They don't start like speaking the English suddenly. It's just little victories. Like, oh, I know what that
Evolve.
means. You know, I've heard it a million times. Now I know what it means too. So. I remember somebody said, "Do you understand?" And I says, and I go, "Yeah, you understand." That's how I wasn't doing the, yeah, I understand. I didn't. I was fucking that up. I did that for a while, but they just blow it off. They say, "Yeah, he meant to say something else." You know what I mean? Do you understand? No, yes, you understand. That's how I was saying.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Of course, I understand. It's my native language. But do you understand?
Yeah. Apparently, I don't. That was yeah. Fwati toy. So about your own business, or I'll stick you with my tiny knife.
Yeah, I think my mother came across this when she used to do the antiquing, and she like threw it in a box somewhere, and it hasn't seen the light of day for like 30 years or so.
Wow.
So
That cut tomato vines.
I have a couple of knives from Imperial Knife and from Colonial Knife, which was in the same area, another company that make knives. And when my grandfather worked for the city, he was driving plowing streets, and he would go in and plow their parking lots, and they'd come out and give him a bunch of money and a box full of knives.
Box of knives. That sounds great.
yeah, one of the first, the second knife I think I ever owned was a Barlow from that company. It's a nice knife. I had it for years, years and years.
I
I don't know
have
what happened to my first knife. I think I was like 6 years old when I got it, but my second one I got when I was 11 or 12. The Barlow I had for years. I
It's
don't
a
know what
big
happened
moment.
to that thing.
It's a big moment in a kid's life.
What was
Getting
your
that
first one, Mike?
I think it was one of these from Imperial Knives. It's a dagger about that yay big.
Mine was a Cub Scout one.
Oh yeah.
Fold out Cub Scout knife.
Oh no, my first knife was a little pocket knife.
Yeah.
Little
It had
green pocket knife.
Boy Scouts of BSA on it and a little bear, because
Nice.
I was a Cub Scout.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you remember like when folding lock blades were a big deal at school? Like everyone had to have one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Click.
And yeah, and so like I remember getting one like a cheap Kmart knockoff one for Christmas one year, and
Nice.
I remember having that for years and years.
I had an official buck knife.
Oh, fancy!
Yeah, it was good. It was a nice knife.
I had I had access to many knives and firearms. These all could be had at my house. There was that K-bar. That was around my whole life. You know, you carefully pull that out once in a while and look at it. You know, there was a sword. There were a bunch of those. We had a cane that became a sword.
Nice.
Oh yeah. There's all kinds of dangerous things in there. I found,
Genuine.
when I moved, I found shit I never saw before. So there's a loaded shotgun in the corner. That's nice. Glad Ma didn't take that out. She heard a fucking noise. My mother blew a fucking hole in a wall. Yeah, she thought she heard something. My dad had a 45 or something up in his top drawer. Yeah. For a hole in a wall. At least when my shotgun went off in the house, I hit the window. At least I was pointing it towards the window.
Oh, what were you shooting at?
Nothing. I was fucking around.
Oh
I
yeah.
learned something that day.
At least you learned something.
Yeah, your ears will ring. Yeah. don't drink and fuck around with your shotgun. Oh yeah, you know what? If I was thinking of this, right? Me and my wife, we were talking. If like say the 23-year-old me was suddenly to appear in my apartment, I'd want him to fucking leave like right away. Without
Get
be
out.
dealing with a 23-year-old Dave. Oh no, not good. He's old drunk playing with his shotgun.
Yeah.
I run across this YouTube channel. The guy was fixing a 1969 F350, which Ford F350, which I had, the one with the utility body.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Reminiscent. He had the utility body in the back. He had everything, and the thing was all tall. I remember that. I turned one of them into a cooler. Um,
That was a cool truck, man.
Yeah, I brought me back because I took the top box and I spray painted it silver, and I threw ice in there, and then I threw beer in there. I had like that. It had beer.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Yeah, we drove around. We went back. I was trying to climb hills, sand hills. You guys were with me. I remember you two came with me one time. I was fucking around with that truck. I tried to, because it was geared low. That first gear was like 3 miles an hour, just with the pedal to the floor. So it was tight, and I think I could have. I kept thinking I could have made that hill if I had dualies. If I had dualies in the back, I'd been made it. But I made it up a ways, just doing the crawl. That was a fun truck. It didn't cost me shit. The wire. So anyway, the guy's taking it apart. It was everything I remember, like the wiring shot, and I used to hit like a pothole, and the lights would flicker, like the running lights, all the lights on off, right? But the problem was the headlights. When the headlights went off, I couldn't see, So I had two wires coming off the battery, and the positive went to the bulb right in front of it. And then I would just twist the ground on it when I needed it at night, so I could rely on that one light, because it was directly to the fucking battery. That light wasn't going out, but the rest of it was a light show. And I used to drive from Quonset.
Dave and his one-eyed Ford.
Like that. And I never got stopped. Like clearly I'm going by cops, and this light show's going on. It's clearly an unsafe truck. And it was after I had the Bluesmobile before that. And I think I was all right until I put those chrome rims on it. Then I started getting started. I said, "Oh, it's how you look."
Yeah.
So now I'm in this old truck, right? Looks like maybe I'm just hanging on by my fingertips. We're not gonna figure, I'm coming back from the job. I'm not getting paid well to do. Whatever. It was weird. She says, "Oh," so now I get it. Drive bland shit and disappear.
Or working.
That's right. Don't put any stickers on your car either. You don't want to stand out at all. Nothing. Just want to be totally anonymous on the road. Yeah. Just want to look like, no distinguishing characteristics to make you stand out.
Having lettering on your
You know that car? Do you remember that? The Chrysler, not Chrysler Imperial, the car you told me used to be your father's car, the big black Le Mans. Buick LeSabre, thank you. Yes. And that was the perfect sleeper until I changed the rims like you did with the Bluesmobile.
Oh, yeah.
And I was working in Burrillville at the time, and I was traveling from Warwick to Burrillville, and the Smithfield police used to pull me over thinking I was a drug dealer or some other badass in this big Buick LeSabre with fancy wheels on it. So I took off of an old station wagon that I had, because the Sabre needed new wheels. And yeah.
102. I got stopped chronically on 102 in that LeSabre, without wheels. It was just, but after a while they get to know you, and that would be the end of it. But then I got another car and it started over again. 102. They if you drive down 102 at night, and they got little
Route 7 for me.
To see what the fuck you're about. I guess. Anyway. Yes, that happened to me a lot. But that was one time that was while I was dragging my my exhaust. with the LeFevre towards Chepachet, and the cop let me go home. He didn't. I said, just fall off. I was going, come on, fall off. 'Cause that was a Spock show, you know.
Didn't want to get underneath
but it's
there
3
and
in the
try to
morning.
kick it off with their foot. Yeah, that was the day when exhaust systems used to fall apart all the time. Now
Yeah.
it's like you have to get someone under there with a sawzall to try to cut your catalytic converter out for them to fuck up, you know. But they're
Yeah,
almost indestructible now.
you could buy that flex pipe. You know,
Yeah.
Insta exhaust pipe.
Yeah, it works for a couple of weeks.
It works. It works longer than that.
You know, and then at the parts store, you spend like a half an hour trying to find like connectors, you know, like just the right combo of connectors to
Yeah.
try to piece together and repair every exhaust system.
I don't weld. You know, welding.
Yeah.
Remember, I got an exhaust system from that guy in Chepachet, Brian Baxter, you know, and lifetime guarantee. You know, he puts it on a junky car, and you know it's really cheap. He makes it. He bends all the pipe and makes it, and he never expects you to like keep your car long enough
Oh yeah, to come back.
to come back. But I
Come
did.
back.
It's like what? It's like, hey, lifetime guarantee, bud.
Yeah, they all did that. Midas, all them. Yeah, it isn't forever. Don't worry about it.
We got to charge you for the labor, though.
That's all it'll be, right?
Sorry.
After a while, it'll be like rust and an exhaust system out in the yard. Because the rest of the car just disintegrated finally. I just did some work on mine. A year and a half in, I said it's time to show it some love. I bought tires that don't lose air. So I'm really pleased with myself.
Really
Yeah, a serpentine belt and front brakes. So
nice. Good for you.
I've been pretty much dragging my foot.
At one time, my car got towed for whatever reason. I had to go pick it up in Burrville and drive it, and somehow the brake line went while it was sitting there in the
Rust.
junkyard,
Yeah.
and or maybe when they towed it or whatever. I don't know, but suddenly I had no brakes and I was driving through Chepachet, and so I put it in first, you know, and just timed it just right to get through that. From 102 onto Route 44 to get through Japan. If I had to stop, I'd have been fucked.
Yeah, because that wasn't going to happen.
Because it wasn't going to happen.
No snowbank to hit, Mike.
No, it was summertime.
Oh, what a drag. You get away with it in the winter.
Yep.
Throw it in first, hit a snowbank. I did
Yeah.
that for weeks.
That was 78. I mean, you had some high snowbanks. There's a lot of snow to hit back then.
Any snow. I did it in other storms too. It was good though. Those were good days.
I remember bouncing down Snake Hill in front of my mother's house, down that big hill, going from snowbank to snowbank like this. Dave's like, I had no brakes. I just hit the snowbank. Bang. And we just started going, hit the next one, all the way down past my mother's.
We hit one and I spun and then I ended up right again, but I like spun. That was great. I didn't mean to do that. That just happened.
Well, you got good at it after a while, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have got good at like just, you know, bleeding brakes. That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
Which I did eventually. I did learn.
Oh yeah. All those skills. I'm tempted. I got to change the oil on my rear differential, and I got to put a new serpentine belt in there. And I'm like thinking, well, these are things I used to do all the time, but now I'm like scratching my head thinking that I'm not capable of doing that shit anymore. That I'm gonna have to find some mechanic or dealer to take care of it.
You gotta have the fucking tools. It used to be you just had a ratchet set and a couple of screwdrivers and you do just about anything. But now, fuck it, there's a special tool for every move.
Yeah, we changed the Dodge Dart engine with 2 sockets and a box end wrench.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all we
The
used.
Bennies.
That whole engine.
Yeah.
Remember those Taiwan
engine. Build an engine.
socket sets from Benny's? It's
Yeah.
like Taiwan on them.
That's what it was.
That's all you needed. But that's over. That's over
Yeah, that's
now.
over.
There's a
Yeah,
special tool just to
them's
take
the
the fuel
old
out of
days.
it, you know. The only thing
Wow.
that's good is the electronics, because it's all just they're just plugs, and they're idiot-proof plugs too. So putting it back together is like toast. Instead of mocking it, yeah, you can mock some, but I mean, it's nice. Look at all these wires. You ain't gonna do. Just click. Okay, I have this hooked up again. You know, that's nice. That's actually
That's-
good. And I don't miss carburetors. Like injectors are fucking awesome.
Or
They
points.
they just fucking work. You know.
Yeah, points.
Having
all
to
they
set
do.
your points and your timing and all that. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
That's one of the first things I've learned how to do. That was really interesting.
Yeah.
How you
it's
can
the first
take
thing
the
you had to learn.
distributor and you can learn to just, by ear, you can just know when the timing is just right just by listening to the motor and
Yeah.
That's
adjusting
right.
the distributor.
I did that with my bug for a long time. As a matter of fact, every time I hit a bump and it go off time and I put the distributor back where it needed to be, I kept thinking, I've got to tighten this. I got to remember to tighten this. 'Cause
I don't know if you can see
I
this.
did it for a long time.
See this? No, you're not gonna be able
I
to see
can't.
this.
No, I can see is the there. I can see that, but I can't really read it.
That's me. That's Leo Marinelli. That's Ricky Springorb.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's my first job.
What everybody doing?
Where this is where I learned to set points.
Oh yeah, the lawnmower gig, right?
Yeah, back then,
I remember that.
they had these job training programs for, poor kids, and it was good because it was a job,
Yeah.
and I learned how to set points for the lawnmowers, and it's the same thing for the set the points, listen to it. Sounds good. You're good to go.
Take a fingernail file too and get a very fine emery on a fingernail file. Just take off the corrosion just slightly, but you got to keep it nice and square, otherwise you'd fuck it all up.
Yeah, you can fuck it up a little.
Get some more life out of an old pair of old set of points.
Yeah. That's
Right.
Cleaning
those
spark
guys that
plugs. I remember doing that.
that's a big part of those videos I watch on YouTube. That's done all the time. That comes up because there's points.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It's like one of the first places you go. See if you got spark, And you pull out the spark plugs. You pull out the spark plugs, put some oil down in the cylinders, get them so you can turn, without damaging the piston. And then see, rotate it and see if you got a spark on the. And if there's no spark, there's never a spark. But that's usually it. It's the points. The points are all fucking.
Oh, that's never a spot.
Yeah. But we got.
Yeah, you go to Benny's, get a coil for like maybe $10 now.
Wow! Look at this.
Yeah, look at that.
What are you cleaning your house?
Wow, nice.
Like you throwing things away.
Is that original or is that like a retro shirt that you bought somewhere?
No, this is it was just before they went out of business.
Oh,
Got a Benny shirt.
that was a big store for me. Tools,
Me
but before Tools, it was Cox Airplanes.
Oh,
That was the one. That was when it was still in Greenville on the corner.
fishing stuff.
Yeah,
Fishing
stuff.
line,
Oh, yeah,
fish hooks, lures, that stuff. Benny's.
Now that old brick building on the corner
Yeah,
of Greenville, it used to be an old jail too. They used to have jail cells in there. It was like a town building, and there
Wow.
was a police officer, or police department was stationed there, among other things. It was a multi-use building, but they had jail cells there. That was the Pokey once upon a time.
There's next to that bar, that Stagecoach. There's a bar, and then there's a jail. It's all very. It's before cars.
Yeah.
You gotta be walking distance. All this shit.
I remember a long time ago where that Friendlies is, there used to be a whole block of buildings that had burnt down. They were all wooden buildings. And it just looked like this little, typical little town, Greenville.
It's a nightmare now.
Yeah.
I went through there like 2 months ago. And fuck. Glad I don't live anywhere near that thing. That don't come.
Yeah, what they'll never fix is that access next to the Newport Creamery
Oh,
right
yeah.
there.
Coming out there.
People insisting on taking left-hand turns during rush hour.
Ain't happening.
It's insane. Yeah, it's like
I used to go take a right, and then try and go down Pleasant View. Do you it there, come back out. Yeah, I used to have to take a left on 44 every day. I used to which way should I go out? Sometimes I drive all the way out to Chepachet, or I take Sawmill Road, or there was choices, Where was 44 going to suck the least, 'cause, swear to God, one lane would clear and the other lane would pick up, Is it just what the fuck? How long could this go on? 44, fuck 44. Yeah, like glasses like that. It's like the traffic without the lights. You have to run on goodwill. And there's no goodwill.
They put a roundabout in Chepachet, and that works pretty good.
Yeah. I remember when they put in the light, because I come out and there's traffic all the way to the fucking baseball field. I go, what the fuck? Was there an accident? Nope, there's a new light. Where there was never a light before. Yeah, the rotary works good. It's just the people, you can tell the people who've never been in one. Oh no, and he's in front of me. Ah.
You got to go in one of them. You got to go in a rotary in Ireland. You're going the wrong way, and you got to make turns the wrong way and stay in the wrong lane.
No, I know the wrong side of the road. That was
a lot to think about,
You drove on that side? You did that?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
And your shift is on the wrong side too.
Yeah, I know all that. That sucks. No, I can't.
And your signal, so you got to shift and signal. The signal's on the same side.
You had a fucking standard?
Yeah.
God damn it, man.
I don't have automatics over there.
I mean, God, Jesus.
I had this car. I don't know where the fuck it was, Czech Republic or something. It's called the Dacia. The thing kept popping out of gear. It's a brand new car and it's popping out of gear.
Yeah, you're looking at started.
It's meant to do that.
Eastern European piece of shit.
It's a feature.
I'm in this parking lot. These guys are making fun of me, these young Irish guys, because the thing keeps popping out. And I finally rolled down the window and says, "Listen, boys, buy American."
Yeah.
You want a good car? Buy American.
I was just rust. Yeah, when I was in Australia, I was a passenger in the car. Obviously, that's where the steering wheel is in our cars. And I was just guessing, all right, what would I do at this intersection? I wasn't driving, but I was just imagining what to do, and I was choosing wrong a lot.
Yeah.
So I never have gone badly, but I kept testing it, see if I could assimilate to it, and sometimes but no, fuck that.
Oh shit! Pretty soon I was driving like an Irishman.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, yeah. If I was, that will happen. That first
driving from the airport,
yeah,
in the rental car, that first few miles was pretty scary.
That's fucked up.
You get on the highway, you're like, all right, which is the passing lane?
Yeah.
What's the freaking speed limit here?
Everything's upside down. Oh yeah. What's a kilometer? Well, I could do 90.
They drive pretty fast, believe it or not, on some small roads that are, to them, are major roads. Like you see George's driveway.
Yeah.
That's like a major road in Ireland.
Yeah,
they said that when I rented the car. The guy says, "Now listen, the roads are really small here, but don't worry. When the car's coming the other way, there's always a place to turn to make room for the other car." He says, "Don't worry, there's always a place." And sure enough, he was right. From so many people meeting cars, and they just kind of wear a spot where you could just kind of pull over and let the other guy by. And sometimes you're going this big giant tour bus is coming through, And I had seen advertisements for bicycle tours in Ireland. Don't ever even entertain the thought. You're going to be riding bicycles on a road the size of George's driveway with big buses going by at 55 miles an hour, whatever it is, 60 kilometers an hour or whatever.
But there's a tour. You could if you wanted to.
But you could if you wanted to. I'm just saying, don't. You
Yeah.
don't want to.
I don't want to. I didn't want to
It looks like a great place. It looks like a really great thing. You'd really love to ride on these roads on a bicycle.
Yeah.
They're smooth. The scenery is just amazing. You know, everywhere you look, it's anywhere you go in Ireland, anywhere you look, it looks like a postcard, you know?
Long
But-
bike ride. I'm out.
Yeah. Not riding a bike on them roads. No way, man.
Yeah. Guinness chugging contest. I'm listening.
Oh, they have zero policy about drinking and driving. Like, you know how we have like a legal limit? You can be so drunk and drive.
Yeah.
They have no this like you can't have one drink. Like if you have a glass of wine with your supper on Sunday night, you can't drive to work on Monday morning. If there's any alcohol in your system at all, any.
Yeah.
And they don't tell the tourists that. And the tourists are like, they're going, pub to pub, Because I guess we can handle our drinking and driving.
Can't actually. But
I'm having a pint wherever I go, right? No, you're not supposed to drink anything over there. But then again, the other thing is you don't see any cops there. They're there. They have them, but you don't ever see them. They're just napping somewhere.
they're around. There was I like to
They're around, but not like in the United States. There's
No.
cops everywhere.
No, I know.
Anytime you turn around, there's a cop here
With a gun.
with a gun.
You cop
And he's
there,
waiting on the
they're
side of the
around.
road to pull you over.
There's so much that have tasers. They could have a taser, but they don't even bother. They go out with nothing.
Yeah.
With their wits. They go out with their wits and a radio.
I mean, they have guns when they need them. Like there's a whole SWAT team and the whole
Oh,
thing
yeah,
will,
yeah.
can-
Like I
will
said, the
happen,
radio.
But
You got a radio.
yeah.
And then you say a series of numbers in this situation.
But we were driving around a lot, man. Never saw a cop. The only place I saw the guard was where there was road work and the guy was guarding the road work. We went past empty police stations, nobody there, no cars, nothing. It was wild.
There's like only one cop on duty, and he may be away from the phone.
He may be fishing. He may
Yeah.
be sleeping.
He's on his favorite hill stargazing.
Yep.
or visiting his side gal.
We went through this one town where fly fishing is such a big deal that school lets out when the mayflies hatch
Oh, yeah?
so that the kids can catch them and sell them to the sports who come from all over the world to fly fish in these special trout waters.
Great.
And
That's
the kids
cool.
make money. They sell them for like 50 cents a piece or whatever. So school is out during that hatch. It's pretty wild.
I've eaten a ton of trout. Trout that I've caught.
Mm.
That's the shit. That is the fucking way to go. That's the life. That's the life right there.
Yeah. They eat a lot of
Fishing life for
trout
me.
salmon over there.
In my war canoe. I didn't like say a war canoe. I read that line. I don't even know. It's in something. I read it's the war canoe. I went, war canoe. Yeah. They used to
So,
be war
um,
canoes.
So there may be a trip in my future back to Algonquin Park this year.
Yeah. Well, you take pictures this time.
Yeah.
Oh, you could probably even live stream it.
Well, there's probably not cell phone service there.
You got a satellite, put it on your head.
But you can take pictures without cell phone service.
Right, but you can't live stream without cell phone service.
Right, film things. Yeah,
Videos.
bring things back. But you can upload it when you get signal
Yeah.
again.
So
Yeah, that's
looking
the other thing
to
we're missing
catch
is,
the
like-
big trout.
We didn't have really good pictures. Yeah,
I have some.
Huh?
I have some.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it was filmed. We had to
It was
like
film.
decide if.
I shot a roll of film.
Yeah. Now you can just shoot like a motherfucker. You could just take a picture of everything.
But I do have a picture of you with your head in the sand.
I know, but not my head. I hit my head. That was the attitude, man. I'd seen enough. That fucking shit was good. I learned two things. Not nocturnal, and I was addicted to sugar. Didn't know those things.
Sugar's a drug.
I love that. Sun go down, I went down with it.
Yeah.
I opened my eyes, it's first light.
Yeah.
Whoa. Just like that. You know, there was some shit. I'm in a tent. There are bears in the wood. Yeah, this is what's on my mind. And oh, first light. Oh, good. I made it.
Yeah, we didn't see any bears. That's good.
It's just the night. Being just, you know, just being there in the woods, in a tent. You know, thin island. Just, I don't know. That
Worse
was-
being in the hammock because you're all zipped in.
Oh yeah, you're nice. You're like mouth level.
They call them bear tacos or bear burritos. But it's still the way to go in the wilderness, man. I get the best sleep in a hammock. So yeah, probably going back to the same lake we were on, but I'm going to continue downstream into that other lake and do that big giant portage at the very end.
Gotta go up to that old growth.
Yes,
Yeah, I get that.
yes.
That was cool. Oops,
Yep. There's a couple of spots. There's a spot on the way out where you camp in an old growth.
Oh, yeah?
Red Pond. Yeah.
Yeah.
Campsite's right in the old growth. Yeah. So maybe. Hoping. Here's hoping. Hoping it all works out. Well, boys, I don't know about you, but I got some lawnmower repair to do.
Oh,
And you guys have a good day.
see you, man.